Hey everyone, welcome back to Sofa and Chill. I'm Kev, and yes, today, happy but also a little bit sad. Last episode of the Pacific. So yeah, always going to be bittersweet. Love the season, love everything about it. But yeah, all good things must come to an end. This one's episode 10 of the Pacific. Home. Firstly, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I appreciate you. Each and every one that spent any time with just coming and watching me watch this today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Yes, it's been an amazing, just an amazing kind of series all the way through. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. Extremely sad at times. Very insightful into the kind of the mindset of the lads over there. They did delve a bit like the way the Band of Brothers did. They didn't just focus on the how do I put it, the destruction of war. They focused a lot on the mental health of the lads, of the death of the civilians over there. You know, we saw a lot in the last episode of the Okinawans getting killed, which was extremely hard hitting. The mental health of a lot of the guys, especially Eugene Sledge, who, you know, you could literally see his cheese sliding off its cracker in the first, like, near the end of the season. And then I was thinking, has he lost all of that humanity that he had? Such a lovely boy at the beginning, very, very young. And then you could see as he went on, you know, you could see the death and the horror that it was changing him to a harder man. And then it seemed at one stage that he'd lost kind of touch with his humanity. And, you know, even Snafu was, you know, throwing pebbles into the top of the Japanese guy's head that had been blown off. They were just sitting there and they weren't even bothered. They're cutting people's teeth out with knives, and it was extremely brutal. But then we saw at the end of kind of the last episode where, you know, the building, the house, the little house had been hit, and they found that baby. The baby was taken away, and then there was an elderly Japanese civilian, or Okinawan civilian, who had been hit. And she was dying, and she got the gun and she was trying to put it to her head so he could finish her. And instead he put it down and kind of held her till she died, which was very sad. But it also made me really happy, the fact that it kind of made me feel like, okay, this is where they're going with this storyline with Eugene. He actually is showing his humanity, his humanitarian side of things, which was a big thing. This one's home, so I'm guessing it's them going back and trying to I don't know, just to re-enter civilian life as best they can. I don't know how much of that we're going to see. The end of the last episode, they mentioned that they were dropping some bombs. Obviously, it'll be the Hiroshima bomb that they've dropped, which signified the end of the war. The Japanese surrendered shortly after that. Obviously, there was two bombs dropped, obviously, but that signified the end of the war. The Japanese knew that they were willing to do that, so it was a time to surrender. So it's the lads going back. I hope we catch up with Leckie. Obviously we lost Medal of Honor winner John Basilone, so that's I think that storyline's over with, which was so sad. Yeah, so I think hopefully it's going to focus on Eugene. I hope he goes back. And I hope he sees all his mates when he goes back. I hope Sid's there, and I wonder how he's going to fit back in, because like I say, he was such a good-hearted kid before he went. All he wanted to do was help and be there. And now he's changed. He's kind of a battle-hardened Marine now. So I'm wondering how he'll fit back in civilian life. It's a worry. But I'm expecting a lot of things from this episode. I hope it did what it does in the end of Band of Brothers. One of my favourite parts of Band of Brothers was you got to see the gentleman at the beginning talking, and then we get to see who those gentlemen are at the end. Obviously, this was done at different times. I mean, this was made 10 years after Band of Brothers, and we'd lost a lot of the airborne. So I'm guessing not many people will have survived. I know there's definitely a couple of them that keep reoccurring that you see. So I don't know if it's any of them that we know. We'll find out. If you're enjoying the channel, hit the like button and subscribe. And remember, we do put the full-length episodes too, this and other stuff, over on the Patreon. You don't need a copy. It's a full uncut and unblurred version. So yeah, let's just get into this, and yeah, I'm excited, but also very nervous.
And we heard it, and they flooded the streets, and they were hollering and dancing and carrying on, and it was the happiest day.
Oh.
It was the happiest day.
You're not like you were when you went in.
I bet you're not the same.
You've aged a whole lot.
You were actually back in the States.
But that was such a strange feeling.
Kept thinking that you were going to wake up and find it was all a dream.
I can remember many a night my father screaming, having a nightmare, and then I would hear my mother's voice trying to calm him down.
Who she is.
It lasted his entire life.
What? So it lasted his entire life, she's saying. His wife was saying that he'd be screaming in the night after coming back. And you've got to understand that he was like the very late teens, early 20s. So if it lasted his whole life that he would wake up screaming, how much to the breaking point almost that there were? You'll have to let me know in the comment section below. You've been absolutely amazing sharing stories that your families that were in the military. You'll have to let me know if your family or grandparents or anything, you know, had those type of after effects from the things that they'd seen in the war. Because it must be almost impossible to re-enter civilian life after being to Okinawa and Pillaloo, and it's hard to even put into words. And then it's the families that have to deal with it when they get home as well. I'm guessing that's the end of the fighting though, I would think. August 15th, 1945. Oh, who is it? Who's in the hospital? Is it Leckie?
Went their ways.
Is it Leckie?
Then bethought them
We haven't seen him
that
for
the blessed
ages.
throne of Sal could take no hold upon him. Of all they had done together.
It's
all
Leckie!
they had done.
Yes! I'm so happy.
Hey,
And the waves of the weary seas.
The Japs surrendered. The war's over.
Oh my god, you can't even begin to get... I've just had a
the
proper...
war's over.
Like, oh my god, I just got a total kind of shiver, chills went right through us. And you see, like, Leckie and all them in hospital, smashed to bits. They're all crying. Okay, that's odd. They surrendered while they were on Okinawa.
Victory party. What do you do now?
What do you do now? Go home.
Here. Have a little VJ Day party of your own.
Do you think they'd be all like
What do we do now?
laughing and jumping around, but like you look at like Snafu and Sledge,
What an idiot.
and they just don't know that they'd be happy or not? He's just drinking straight whiskey. It's done. It's VJ Day.
Well, there it is. My first official act of peacetime.
Huh. Cutting the teeth out of people and killing people close range, and then knowing that you're just going to go home when your dad's a doctor and you're just going to go and live back at home and you're still only in your early 20s. How do you get a job? What are you skilled in? You know, what is it? What have you learned in the army or the Marines or whichever branch of military that you're in that it could be useful in civilian life?
You can keep the change.
I ain't touching that. You gyrenes, you got nothing but jungle rot and malaria. Welcome home.
He's gonna go over the road and take that bird. He isn't even gonna go. I was gonna say, he's not even gonna go home first. Just having a corner of a room, but home will be fine for him.
I'm Mario Shelton. How about I take you to the back of the train? You can show me your caboose.
Can I tell you?
Yes, Snafu.
Iced. This entire division didn't do that plus 6 months horse shit we did.
They got home a week after VJ Day. Parades, pretty girls. Not as much as a complimentary beer. Somebody had to stay and clean up after.
Wow, so they've had to stay behind and they missed all the partying and everything.
I suppose I'm gonna have to get a job too.
Doing what?
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna find out soon enough whether I'm getting married or not. What about you, Sledgehammer?
Sledgehammer.
I'm just hoping this forest girl comes to her senses.
I'm gonna get that girl.
I'm wondering how they're going to end this. I wonder if like you get to see if they stayed friends and stuff. Is that Lena? What? Oh, she going to the Basilone house. Oh wow. This is something I didn't expect. I didn't expect to see this at all.
I'm Lena.
Oh.
I recognize you from the photos Johnny sent. Well, come in.
So she never remarried after John got killed.
Lena. He says you're beautiful.
George.
Last time I saw him in Honolulu, he couldn't stop talking about you.
I just wish he hadn't gone back. He'd won the Medal of Honor. He didn't have to, but I know he was a Marine through and decided to extend. And
Nice home.
then to be killed, it's awful.
Thank you. Actually, he never signed the papers.
Never signed.
What?
That's $10,000.
Okay. I'm all right.
He didn't sign the insurance, so she didn't get any money anyway. Oh.
He's got lots of good Marines on all sides of him.
He would have appreciated that.
Oh, the family looks totally broken.
I thought you should have this.
It's his Medal of Honor. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Oh, you can see just how devastated she is. Somebody did mention in the comment section that there was a real woman called Lena that he married, who was a sergeant in the Marines, and after he was killed, yeah, she never went on and remarried. She stayed single forever. Bless her.
No sign of Florence.
For doing all you did to keep us from getting our full headshot off.
You're good Marines.
You're coming to a point where you're not just Marines, though, you're brothers. Hits you in the feels, that one. And then you just see him, he's got his brother. He'll go back, and thing is, he'll take off his uniform. And he'll just be a young lad. And you just don't realise what they've been through for years and years. Like, what they've done.
I'll take my former position.
Well, you still want to cover local sports?
Yep. Kickoff is at 3, so.
Yes, Bob.
I better get going.
$10 a week raise will do it.
I will give you 7.
I'd have taken 5.
I'd have taken 5. Yes, Bob. He was writing to her, though, all the time, even though he got off of that bird in Melbourne. Oh, she's with another... Oh, no. Go on, Leckie. Go over and ask her out. I don't perv on them.
What are you looking at?
Caught perving. Mother knows.
You are spying on Vera Keller.
I mean, one of the first things you saw of Leckie in first episode, you saw him in the church when he saw Vera. And he's been writing to her ever since.
You've never even worn them.
Put them on and go and ask her out.
I think you would have looked nice in them.
Go on, Leckie. Oh, we're going to say bye to Snafu here then. Very strange relationship, this one, because he was a psycho. He also had a good heart on him at times as well. Oh, don't not wake him up. Don't just vanish. Oh no, don't. That's so bad. He didn't even say bye. He's tempted. Oh, he's stopped and he's gone. Oh, he has put his blues on. Yes, Leckie. Go on, son.
I'd like to speak to Vera, please.
And who shall I say is called?
It's me. I live over the road from you.
Robert Leckie, Mrs. Keller. I've lived across the street from you for the last 20 years.
Of course. Welcome home, Robert.
Let me just see if she can come to the door.
Oh, Mother's a bit disapproving, I think. I think obviously he's an officer, the other one's an officer, so I think she likes that a bit more.
Bob Leckie. You're back.
Yeah, cheers.
You look well. Nice uniform.
I've been wondering if you would grant me the pleasure of taking you out.
I have a date tonight.
Oh, Timmy's gonna turn up. Don't knock him out, Leckie. Here we go. Oh dear, this is gonna be awkward.
Robert Leckie.
Charles Dunworthy.
Lieutenant. Congratulations. Too bad you missed the whole show. How about another time?
Maybe tomorrow night.
I just asked Vera if she'd like to have dinner.
Nice try. She's not interested.
Oh, you don't speak for her?
Actually, I don't have any plans for tomorrow night.
Obviously, I've been wasting a lot of gasoline.
Yes, Vera, lass. She's blew him off. Get back to West Point.
It looks like I am free for dinner tonight.
Yes, Vera. That's better. Take it for some spaghetti bolognese.
You're staring.
I'm sorry. 3 years ago, in a miserable part of the Pacific, I was laying in the mud dreaming about a moment like this with you.
You get right to it,
Sweet talker.
I think I don't know how to do this.
Bob, you're doing fine. This is fine. It's a start.
I like that. She's been kind of, like, really receptive to him. She could have been like, she could have blown him
I
off.
wrote you a lot of letters while I was over there.
You did?
Did he post any?
I didn't get any.
What?
I never sent them.
Why?
So all those letters he was writing, he never sent any?
I didn't think I was gonna make it, so it didn't matter if I sent them or not.
So he didn't, she never got
What
one?
do you like these letters?
Best stuff I ever wrote.
Like, I wondered why she was like, I recognize you, but she wasn't kind of like, oh, I know who you are. Because she never received any of the letters that he was sending her, so that's why she was kind of like, oh. You, instead of being like, oh, thank God you made it, and not been reading all the letters you've sent us over the years. It's been 3 years, you never sent one. It's Sid!
Good to see you, Eugene.
Oh, yes.
What's with the MacArthur bit?
Calms me down.
Oh.
Packing it, cleaning it. Always have something to do. Well, like everybody else in Mobile, I was in love with Mary Houston.
That's too bad for you. She's marrying me.
Sure she will. The minute she goes blind. You're saying that Mary Houston is gonna be Mary Houston Phillips.
In the eyes of God and the law. I want you to be my best man.
Oh, nice.
If you think that I'm gonna stand at the altar and lose Mary Houston to the likes of you,
you're right.
well, hell yes!
So Sid'll have been back quite a while now.
See you later.
Welcome home, Eugene.
Goes to show only a very select few people made it back from the Pacific, and it's so there's so many families out there that never got this reunion, you know. Sad thing for everyone. To finally get them back. I still fear for Eugene. Don't know how he's gonna cope. He's obviously suffering from a lot of PTSD, a lot of anxiety. He needs these pipes to calm down and stuff like that. And I just don't think he's gonna get over it. The fear that his dad always had is that what he's afraid of is not so much, if obviously they didn't want him to get killed, but he did want to see the spark of life go from his eyes. And it seems like that's exactly what's happened.
I like Martha.
You'll be married someday.
You went through the entire war and retained your virginity?
You show up at that ball, decked out in your uniform, and all the ripe fruit will fall off the tree. Right?
All the right fruit.
I believe I will.
Ooh.
I don't believe I will ever put on a uniform again.
Oh.
I was in the Marine Corps, miss. Weapons school. I was in a mortar
squad.
Oh, any journalism?
None at all.
Oh no,
Any
I
engineering,
don't like it.
technical skills?
He's got no
How to
skills.
handle explosives.
Oh, he's got no skills to do anything. He's gonna kick off.
Anything the Marine Corps taught you that you can continue at Bantam Poly?
Is there anything that taught you?
They taught me how to kill Japs. I got pretty damn good at it.
Oh, wow. Is there anything that they taught you that you can use? And he's like, they taught us how to kill Japs.
Are you making a break for it? Thought you could use a punch properly, Spike.
It's the one person that he can kind of, he's really comfortable around.
Sitting here to dance, drinking punch. Not a scratch on either of us. I mean, what the hell are we doing here? Why did I end up back here when all those other fellas didn't?
Every guy back has thought that.
Survivor's guilt.
You just gotta pull yourself out of bed in the morning and get on with the day. You forget some things.
Sidney Phillips.
Yeah,
You get back in here and dance with a woman who loves you?
I'm coming, boss lady. Come on in.
No,
It's not for him. It's too soon. See, like you say, Sid's been back a while now, so he's been able to process the situation, whereas Eugene's kind of pretty much just got back. They had to stay behind.
So you think you're going down to Murphy's to get yourself a television set? Well, there aren't any. Nothing's being delivered.
I bet in 5 years, everyone's gonna want one.
Steel workers and electrical workers are also on strike.
You know what I fought for? Television.
Buddy, ask the blessings, please.
Earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh, he's gonna have a panic attack.
I'm sorry. I can't.
It's all right.
You don't have to apologize to me, Eugene.
This is kind of harboring. This is harboring too much.
I reckon the dove population's gonna be mighty happy this morning.
The dad needs to keep his mind occupied on something else. Yeah. He's just broke.
I'm sure Edward could arrange a starting position for you.
I'm never gonna work in a bank, Mother. My plan is to do nothing for a while.
How long is a while, Eugene?
Come on.
Leave him alone,
Yeah.
Mary Frank.
Can't push him. Go on.
Mary Frank, you have no idea what men like him have been through. Now go on. Let him be.
He's on where? He needs to decompress even for a few years, I think. Very, very intense. No, we haven't got long left. I hope we see kind of what happened and where they went. Gonna see. They're gonna do the whole Band of Brothers ending. Oh, they're gonna show, hopefully. What? Oh, they've got somebody who looked really like him. He earned a PhD in biology. Spent a career teaching at the University of Alabama. In Alabama. Wow. Eventually wrote his memoir, With the Old Breed at Peleliu in Okinawa, which was published in 1981, which I'm going to start reading immediately. Incredible. He died in 2001. Oh, wow. So it was like 21 years ago. Whoa. This is weird. It's strange. Married a correspondent, so he did stay with the press. 40 books, including Helmet for My Pillow in 1957. I can't wait to read that. He died in 2001. Same year as Sledge. Vera, 3 children, 6 grandchildren. John Basilone, Ledge. Wow. And John. Oh, he got a Navy Cross and Purple Heart, as well as his Medal of Honor. New Jersey. So there's a parade in New Jersey every year. Whoa. Oh, I'm guessing this is where we find out she never remarried. Aww. Was told on her 32nd birthday that he'd been killed. Wow, on Iwo Jima. They had been married for 7 months before he died. She never remarried and died in 1999. Sad. Runner. Oh yeah, we never found out what happened to Runner. Turned to Buffalo. So he got back a year before. He married his childhood friend. Sold cars for 40 years. Because he was injured. Survived the wounds he suffered in Peleliu. This is mad. Chuckler. It's so strange when you see the real pictures of them. Honorably discharged. A steam fitter in Chicago. So he stayed friends with Leckie and Runner. And who's here? Snafu! Mariel Shelton. Whoa, he looks freaky. He stayed in Louisiana, worked in the lumber business, married and had 2 sons. He did not speak with the Marines for over 35 years. What? And then he read the book. What? Bill. That's Bill. Golfer. He became a professional golfer. What? He lived until 2008. Chesty the Ledge. Most decorated Marines in the history. World War I through to Korea. He retired in 1955 and passed away in 71. So he had 16 years being retired. 17-year-old when he was killed. Chuck Tatum. The one that John and that used to talk to. Don't say he's still alive. Whoa! So actually he was... That's blown my mind. No way! What? That's mental. God, he looks like a Ben, doesn't he? Became a doctor. He was a doctor for 38 years. What? Alright, best of friends. I'm gonna have to go back and watch them talking now, because that was actually Sid. Oh, that was mind blown. Mind blown. Okay, let's stop that. Different to the end, and obviously it had the same kind of feeling to the end of Band of Brothers. I think it's because I wasn't expecting the end of Band of Brothers to show you kind of them, and then they came on talking about it and stuff. That was kind of very intense there, where I had a feeling that we were going to do something like that. So Sid and them were the ones talking. Obviously Eugene and Leckie and all them, and a lot of them had passed away, but it just showed that there were a lot of them that had survived and were still alive now. And obviously Sid went on to become a doctor and stuff, and going through the lives, so it was very, very on point a lot of the times as to what they went on to do. And in the series, I can't believe that Snafu left. And then obviously that was when I think back now, they're on the train. He didn't even wake Eugene up before he left. He just left, and then actually never spoke to them for over 35 years. And it was only when he read Breed or something, the Old Breed book, that Eugene's wrote. Forgive us if I'm wrong now, I'm just kind of trying to think. I don't know whether it was Leckie or... No, that was a pillow for my helmet for me pillow or something. Yeah, so he wrote that. Eugene wrote that, and obviously Snafu's read it, and then he's got back in touch with them, and then he was Eugene was a pallbearer at Snafu's funeral. Very, very intense. Yeah, it goes to show that Eugene eventually did get over the horror, shall I say, the horror of war, and went on to become a professor, I think it said, which is unbelievable. He wrote a book, which I can't wait to read. I'm guessing it'll be extremely intense. So the premise for this is, obviously after they did Band of Brothers, Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks had kind of read the books that Eugene Sledge and Leckie had wrote, and and obviously took the John Basilone story, and then it like weaved it together from 3 different viewpoints throughout the 10 episodes. Amazingly done, fabulously done. Again, like the whole production, the score, they had Hans Zimmer on the score. Say no more, you know, he's there just to reach into your chest and heart and just tear it up a little bit when he needs to. And you know, the amount of money that they've put into each episode, you could see the action, the cinematography, just the direction, everything about it, the acting as well. And in the whole series, I never saw a false note in the whole series. It was just brilliant acting all the way through, which I expected. You know, when you've got Spielberg and Hanks at the helm, they're not going to allow any kind of false notes at all. So, yeah, it was an amazing series, truly spectacular. I'm so sad that it's finished. You're gonna have to let us know. I've been told to watch something called Generation Kill. I know that Masters of the Skies or the Heirs coming out early 2023, so maybe I have a little break until just for a couple of months. I'll put that Generation Kill on as well. You'll have to let me know if that's something that you would like to see. Yeah, it's one of those where now it's a bit like the Band of Brothers, how I feel like I don't want the story to end yet. I have been told there is something else on YouTube that I can watch, and I think it goes into a little bit more like actual footage of the people talking. So I'll have a look at that, and somebody on Patreon mentioned it to us, so thank you for that. So I'm gonna go on and download that, and I'm gonna have a watch, and I'll put that on the channel as well if that's something that you'd like to see. Yeah, so that'll be on soon. Thank you so much for watching. Also, thanks for the recommendations. The full-length episodes to these are over on the Patreon if you want to watch the entirety of them. I've absolutely loved it. I will put a playlist for the Band of Brothers and for the Pacific there, and I'm really looking forward to the new one. This one came out, I think, 2010. Band of Brothers, the beginning of the century. It's kind of like, so it's kind of coming to like a brand new series. You'll be able to almost watch along together, which will be an amazing thing, really. I don't know anything about the bombers. I just know that that's what it's Masters of the Skies. I know it's about the guys that led the bombing runs, I guess. And that's going to be 10 episodes of that, I think. So that'll be, and again, it'll be truly spectacular. And if it's been 10 years or over 10 years since they've done one of these, you know what Spielberg and Hanks are like. They're not going to be pulling any punches. You know, I'm expecting the production and everything about it to be absolutely on point, absolutely brilliant. So excited for that. Again, yeah, thank you so much for spending any time with me throughout this, through this journey, I suppose, of the HBO Band of Brothers in the Pacifics. They've been truly spectacular, and I'm really looking forward to the new one coming up. But in the meantime, like I say, if there's anything else you would like me to watch along this kind of thing, because I'm really enjoying kind of the movies. I was never really a war movie watcher. I've been more like a gangster, that type of movie watcher. Yeah. So watching these for the first time, I've been told a movie, Letters of Iwo Jima or something, Letters from Iwo Jima, is meant to be brilliant. And obviously that's going to tie into this, a bit like watching Saving Private Ryan and realising that, Matt Damon's character was from The Airborne, and obviously I just watched Band of Brothers. So watching stuff like that now, it has a different feel, it hits different, because I've been watching and really involved in it. So now watching things like Letters from Iwo Jima or something, it'll be, I'll keep, like, my brain, I'll keep kind of focusing back to this and very kind of in the moment, do you know what I mean? So if there's anything out there that you think that would really kind of come on the channel well, or I'll really enjoy watching since I've watched these, then just drop us a comment, let us know. Alright, I just want to say thank you so much. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for spending any time with me today, and I'll see you all very, very soon.